Friday before a race day, so it's time we dived into the news one last time before the real important action takes place on track in Turkey this weekend. We're talking all about FP1 and FP2 today, and we're diving into a little bit of the discussion about Fernando Alonso after he made his comments to the press earlier on in the week about how different drivers get different treatment. I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans, and this is all you need to know as we get ready for 2 serious days of action at the Turkish Grand Prix.
Lewis Hamilton is to be hit with a 10-place grid penalty for this weekend's Turkish Grand Prix. Mercedes has changed the internal combustion engine only on Hamilton's W12 for the event at the Istanbul Park circuit. The engine will be the 4th of the season for the 7-time world champion, with only 3 allowed under the regulations. Hamilton came into the weekend down to his final 2 systems for the year, which he had conceded were being nursed in a bid to make it through to the end of the F1 season. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff had also stated the team had a few balls in the air with regard to managing the power unit situation. Its hand has now been shown, with Mercedes opting only for the engine change and taking a similar hit now rather than swapping the entire PU, resulting in a back-of-the-grid start. The decision automatically hands the advantage to this weekend's race over to F1 title rival Max Verstappen, who trails Hamilton by just 2 points in the standings. Mercedes trackside engineer director Andrew Shovlin has explained why the team elected for an engine change only in Lewis Hamilton's car for the Turkish Grand Prix. "We're simulating all the races to the end of the year," Shovlin explained to Sky Sports F1. "There's the balance of the risk of a reliability issue. Obviously, the thing you definitely don't want to do is fail during a race and then have to take a penalty anyway. And then there's also a performance element because the power units do lose a bit of horsepower over their life. Now the 10-place penalty, really the bit that most contributes to that reliability element and the performance is the ICE itself, and it's better to take 10 places than start from the back." The decision for Hamilton to take a hit in Turkey was made due to the high number of passing opportunities, referencing the 7-time champion's 2006 recovery drive in GP2 from P19 to P2 as evidence. You remember Lewis in that GP2 race? He felt there was a lot of opportunity here, and it should make for an exciting Sunday, added Shovlin. Elsewhere, Fernando Alonso feels different drivers are treated differently when it comes to on-track infringements this season. The Spaniard has been the subject of a few raised eyebrows after using the runoff area at the first chicane in Sochi on the opening lap of the Russian Grand Prix, with the Spanish driver not making any overtaking moves in the process, but certainly enjoying a faster run down to the corner and away from it as well with his intentional escapade off track limits. Alonso agreed the move was intentional, and the former world champion admitted that he had been waiting to see what questions would come up from this weekend about it, confirming his belief that drivers are treated differently in these situations. "It was just to confirm when I do things, they have a different behaviour and a different repercussion on the following event," Alonso told reporters in Turkey. "So now maybe they change the runoff area on lap 1 in the first couple of corners. I've been the idiot on track for most of the championship, while I've been overtaken from the outside of the asphalt by many people for the first couple of races. Even in Austria, I remember Austria 1 and 2, and nothing happened. There were no questions at the following race. Now, after Sochi, there is a question. It's a confirmation. There are different rules for different people, or different, let's say, talks the week after for different people." Alonso also raised the question about Lando Norris's lack of punishment in Sochi for crossing the white line of the pit lane entrance in the wet track conditions late on in Russia. While many sympathised with the British driver after seeing a maiden race win slip through his fingers, others have felt that Norris still should have received a punishment for his infraction, regardless of the conditions or his personal frustration. "Let's see. The next one that crosses the white line on the pit entry, let's see which nationality he is and which penalty he will get," quipped Alonso.
So what do you make of Fernando's comments going into the Turkish Grand Prix weekend? Do you think some drivers get more leeway than others? Let us know in the comments section below. Get on to @GPFans Global as well to follow our coverage of the Turkish Grand Prix across all of our platforms on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, you can stay up to date with everything we do here on the channel by hitting that subscribe button down below.